this is Brittany here with your art fill of the week, and this week I am starting off 2025 strong and starting out with the Genesis chapter Bible page. And this year I'm going through my chronological Bible, and so obviously we're still starting off in Genesis if we're going chronologically. I haven't completely finished the book, but I am kind of taking my time with reading through it because the chronological Bible has a lot of historical facts along with the actual Bible verses and books. So I'm kind of taking my time, loosely following reading through it in a year that they have set up for you in the back based on like a scheduled reading, how many chapters each day to keep up with reading it in a year. But because I want to take my time and actually read through the facts and historical stuff they have as extra, I'm kind of taking my time with it. So this year, as long as I haven't already done the book, you'll kind of see how the chronological books go, because I plan on trying to continuously paint these pages as I finish these books. So this year, that's one thing you can look forward to. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you should do so if you don't want to miss out on this year keeping up with my Bible journaling. And one of the reasons why I chose to read through my chronological Bible is to just kind of switch up how I'm reading the Bible, kind of making things a little bit different. Last year in 2024, I did a lot of using the Bible app and reading through using their already set out plans for you to read and get commentary on. But this year, then, now I'm going to get historical context while reading through the books. So I'm just switching up methods, making this year a little bit interesting so that I take the time to actually read some every day. Like I said before, I'm not holding myself to finishing the entire Bible in a year, but just to get the reading done. I don't want it to become like a homework thing, because I feel like that will not entice me to get into it. If I get behind, then I'll feel behind and feel that stress of being behind. So I'm just kind of slowly working my way through each book in chronological order, and also learning about different historical facts and places that I didn't know before, about the different kings, the different pharaohs in Egypt. So it's just been a different sort of learning, tying it to the books of the Bible. So obviously there's major stories that everyone knows with the book of Genesis, and that's like creation, the Garden of Eden, Noah's Ark, and the flood. So I started off with that idea in mind to do the Garden of Eden off to that left side, and also the flood with Noah's Ark. And then I also add in the Tower of Babel. That's kind of around the area in the book that I'm in now as I'm doing my read through. So I added that in the background as well later on. So I put in that forbidden tree of good and evil, and on a little like island of its own. And then on the water, I add in the ark. I thought about putting the little animals in it, but for a majority of the story, the animals aren't like out and about. They're in whatever stable or enclosures that Noah had on the boat. They don't actually come out until it's like all clear, and it actually according to the chronological Bible, based on the information given, they suspect it was almost a year that these rains happened. It was a little bit less than a year, but it was about a year that this like storm causing the flood happened. So I don't think, unless they were aquatic animals, I guess, and liked water, they would be out in that storm and rain and stuff. So I didn't add in the animals on the ark for that reason, but I did do the rainbow behind the ark as that symbolic picture image that God gave at the end of the flood. here is where I add in just a little cement island of what will be the Tower of Babel, and did kind of close to the architecture of that, like almost sandstone look to it, and also added some like stick scaffolding type thing on the outside to show that they were trying to build it still and using that as their ladder to build the highest tower. this rainbow is actually where I started realizing my paints are not, some of them are not in the best shape. They've like dried out or clumped or separated. So that red you see is kind of clumpy. I barely had any left anyway, so I just decided to throw that out. And I'll get a new red eventually. I do have a darker red that I made work for the rest of that red stripe of the rainbow. And I realized that doing the blue on the rainbow kind of blended too much into the water, so I added in a little different color blues and some little waves into the flood waters so that you could at least sort of tell that they were supposed to be separate things, since I only have so many blues. And one of the blue tubes of paint was one that I also discovered was separating and clumping and drying out. So I don't have as many blues as I wanted, and it's not like I can mix the clumpy separated one with white, because it wasn't the correct texture to mix with the paint either. Here I'm just putting in the finishing details like clouds, and the two little blobs that you'll kind of see in the background are supposed to be Adam and Eve, so I give them hair to differentiate that they're actually people and not some random stones or something sitting on that island or part of the Tower of Babel. And then I also add little red fruit to that tree. And here is where I start freehanding in the letters for Genesis in purple, because I felt that was the best color that wouldn't clash too much with the background or blend in. And now we're getting to the final product, and I hope you enjoyed watching as I painted this page in my Bible. And please like this video if you did, and also subscribe, like I said, to see the continuation of me reading through my Bible this year and trying to complete more of this journaling Bible by book. And I will see you in next week's video. Thank you for watching.